So we want to call 11 Alive out. Little BS from, we feel like, from 11 Alive over the last couple of days.
I feel like there was some acting going on.
Okay, so as I'm taking off from radio and the show's going off the air on October 24th, it was on a couple of news stations over the last couple of days, right? And 11 Alive was one of those stations that did a piece on the Bert Show. Very flattering. Thank you for covering us. There was one part of it, though, we were all laughing about yesterday because we are convinced that it was complete BS, right?
It was completely fake sounding. So we're listening to this package done by 11 Alive, and all of a sudden they cut to an interview portion where I guess they did like a man on the street situation where they just found some innocent bystanders and they were like, "Oh my God, did you hear Bert Weiss is retiring? How do you feel about that?" And these poor unpaid actors are like, "Oh my God, Bert Weiss from the show? What a tragedy."
We weren't believing it. All right, so if you missed it, this is what it sounded like from 11 Alive.
Bert Weiss is retiring?
No.
I haven't heard the news yet.
We're going to miss him.
I used to love listening to him on the radio.
We used to love listening to him on the radio. But we have since found a better show. So we have not been listening for a very long time. But it just sounded like BS.
Yeah.
Right?
It sounded like what it sounded like to me. Like the scenario it played out in my head is the field reporter is out there on the street, on the sidewalk, the Beltline, wherever they were, asking people. And it got to the point where they were out there for so long and asked so many people and nobody knew what the heck the Bert Show was that they finally just grabbed a couple and said, hey, we need you to pretend like you know about the Bert Show and Bert Weiss and be sad about the fact that he's retiring. And this is what we got.
All right, we are not saying that as fact. We do not want to be sued, right? We are just assuming that.
Alleged.
So we got really, really curious yesterday, right? Like, how many people, if we sent Amber out, how many people would she have to go to with a microphone to say, "Hey, did you hear that the Bert Show was retiring? Like, it's not going to be on the air anymore," before somebody would authentically say, "Okay, I know what you're talking about," right? So we did. We sent her out yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was very interesting. I was asking a lot of people, like gas stations, grocery stores, stoplights, like anyone would talk to me. And a lot of people wouldn't talk to me. They were like, "Do you understand? I'm trying to buy groceries for my family right now, right?" But it was really interesting.
Okay, so we have a sort of a montage of their answers, right?
Yes, we have Amber asking the question, "How do you feel about Bert retiring?" And then the responses. And in between each response, there is a beep. So your mission is to guess how many people it took until someone knew who Bert was and reacted to his retirement.
All right, so we're doing this before you play the montage.
Yes.
We're guessing. All right, Abby, go for it.
I think it took 4 people.
4? Okay. Cass.
30.
30.
There are a lot of people in this city.
Now, I will jump in and say that when I gave Amber this assignment, she was going home. She had to take care of her dad yesterday, and then she had to go out, and she goes, "You know I'm on the south side, right?"
Did you do this on the south side?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that number changes.
Wait, hang on. I'd like to add 40.
Doesn't scream Bert Show, but you know.
Okay, all right.
With this new information,
Right, that changes the game a little bit.
I'm gonna go with 21.
Okay. I will go with 213.
Think higher.
I will say, oh man. What did you say?
I said 21. Abby, you said
40.
30.
21.
41.
Okay.
Is this going to be one of those tricks where you're like, nobody knew him?
Maybe.
Could be. Yep.
You ready?
Yep,
Yeah.
let's go.
So tell me, how do you feel about Bert retiring?
Bert's retirement? Who's Bert?
Bert who?
Bert's? Who is Bert?
I don't know who this is.
Like Bert Space or...
Who is that? I have no clue who that is.
I don't know who he is.
It's it's from the radio. I've heard it. Yeah, my mom listens to the radio, so I've heard it from him. Yeah, we got used to listening to his voice in the mornings.
Bert's retiring? We need like 10 more years out of him.
Oh my God. I don't know whether to cry, be happy, or what. He's been in my life my whole life.
Aww.
So it took 9 people, but like the last 3,
Yeah.
Amber hit the mother load.
Yeah, and they were
And
black.
then who were they? BL's on the DL.
There you go.
Wow, we are loved, guys. Maybe I'll stay. I really thought that was going to be much longer than that.
I did too.
Much longer.
It was a good time.
Thanks for going out there.
Thank you, Amber.
Okay, so maybe 11 Alive wasn't lying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
I told you guys at the outset, like the last thing in the world I wanted for the last 4 weeks of the Bert Show are like a victory lap for the Bert Show where, oh, you're so great, blah, 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 you're so great, great, great. No, I didn't want that. What I really wanted and would really satisfy me over the course of 4 weeks was to get like stories from people where we have really had an impact in their life in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's a Bert's Big Adventure family that was really touched by what we did. It changed the course of their life. I think I used the example of somebody that was displaced from Katrina, that came here, knew nobody. We put a backpack on them with school supplies and they felt welcomed. Those are the kind of things that I think when I'm looking back at the 25 years of the Bert Show, that's the important stuff right there. You want to know that you did something that really affected somebody's life.
Somebody who was deployed and got a big thank you letter.
Yes,
That
those
would
are
be
the
awesome,
ones, right?
yeah.
I've been getting pictures from back in the day also, which were really pretty. The pictures are cool, but these are the stories that really touch my heart. And while they're to me, they're for everybody that has worked on this show over the course of 25 years. So let me share a couple of these with you guys. This one came from Courtney. You really built an amazing show community. I do want to tell you a little bit about how much it helped me. I've been listening for 6 years. Almost 3 years ago, my husband was hurt in an accident. Gas oven blew up. He sustained a traumatic brain injury. He was in a coma for 2 months. Every night, I would listen to reruns of The Bert Show to feel something familiar and comforting. Thanks for all the laughs over the darkest times I've been through. Wow. That's the stuff that I'm really hoping we get DMs about. The Bert Show literally saved my life after back surgery. When your body goes through the trauma that my body did with my back surgery, I became so depressed that the only reason why I woke up every single morning was because of your show. You were the reason I woke up for a year during my healing process of my 12 vertebrae spinal fusion.
Holy cow.
So you come in here, I think we come in here and we do the show, and I love hanging out with people that I really, really like. We make a lot of jokes, and you just don't know what somebody's going through and how just like one laugh or two laughs or just one escape from their life could really, really change their lives, man.
It's refreshing too, because you think it's like our vulnerable moments, like when we are, share some of the darker stories or the hard stuff or the ugly stuff or, the grief-stricken stuff. And yes, that does connect, but it's also when we're just on here being stupid.
Yeah, right. And we do that a lot.
Yeah, we're pretty good at stupid.
Yeah, and we're going to double up on stupid over the next month. And
That's
here's
the plan.
Here's the last one I'll share with you. I had to deal with infidelity in my relationship shortly after my son turned 2. From the outside, everyone in my life had such a toxic approach to how I should co-parent, given what I went through. But hearing you speak about co-parenting experiences over the years, it was always clear to me to focus on what's important. Because of your influence, my co-parenting with my son's father is probably one of the things I'm most proud of. And that's just one of the ways you and your show have impacted me. That's pretty damn cool right there.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the really good stuff right there. So, like I said, I don't want this to be a victory lap. I have been thinking about this for a very long time. I told the program director the other day, I'm so sick of talking about my retirement. And it was before I was on the air talking about the retirement. Like I'm already over it. But these are the kind of stories, man, that over the course of 25 years, and I don't care if you're in the studio now or you've been part of this for 25 years, this is the kind of impacts that I wanted the show to have. This is the kind of legacy that I was hoping that we would have.
And I think you can tell by the outpouring of love that you've received. And we're going to be doing a lot of this over the course of the next 4 weeks. So it's going to be a great little trip down memory lane. And it's going to heavily involve you guys, the listeners.
The Bert Show.